Hey, Ali Gisette here, and today we are on day 13 of this Eclipse portal. We're totally rocking it, guys. You're doing it, and I am proud of you. It's day 13. This party ends on December the 4th, just a few more days away, and we are doing this. Come join us at Intuitive Healing with Ali Gisette, my Facebook group, if you feel so inclined. It is full of only the most amazing people, so you will fit right in and you will love it. Today, we're working on our intuition and our logical side, remembering how to use our intuition. Yesterday, we talked about the spiritual brain versus the physical brain. This is really important stuff. If you didn't see that video, then I recommend going back and watching day 12 first, and then coming back to do the next thing. And here is that next thing. Go ahead and put your hands on your heart and close your eyes and just breathe. I'm going to talk you right through it. We're going to imagine what it feels like to know something spiritually. So go ahead in your mind and ask the divine. Just throw that out there. Ask your higher power to remind you what it feels like to know in your body when something is true. Ooh, it's making me yawn. Let's just breathe on what it feels like to know when something is true. Feel the feelings in your breath when you ask. You might feel it inside of your actual lungs. Good job. And now we're going to ask the divine or our higher power to remind us what it feels like in our bodies to know when we know that something is not true. Okay, so let's ask, what does it feel like when something is not true? And just take some deep breaths here, practicing on what it feels like when something is not true. We perceive spiritual information through our physical body. And so we can use our body sensations to help us discern what is true and what is not true. And we can ask the divine to help us remember which is which. It's like when we're doing this exercise, it's like getting the key on a map, getting the compass rose on a map. Instead of having to guess and try and figure things out, we can just say, when we're asking for the answers to the big questions that we're throwing out there to the divine, instead of, wondering what kind of answer we're getting, we can just say, okay, thanks for that answer, my higher power, but can you remind me what a yes is? What does it feel like in my body? Remind me what a no feels like in my body. And when we practice that, we can become masters of really discerning what is true and not true almost instantly. We can start using our breath to figure this out right away, and it can be easy and fun. And you can live every single day of your life being completely led by the divine, because in every moment you're breathing, you can feel the sensation of the breath inside of your own body, and you can see if it aligns with, what is true versus what is not true. And, or like what is good and what is not good. And so every moment as you breathe, you can tune into yourself and say, oh, my breath had that feeling like I'm about to do something wrong. I think I'll just not do it, and we can start course correcting in real time with the power of our breath. I used to think that to get an answer to prayer, you had to take a long time to do it. And you really had to block off an hour of your life, go pray in the quiet. And you know what? That can still be a good thing. And, I'll always recommend that if you can, like, what a great idea. But most of us, we can't always do that. I mean, I have 5 kids. It's hard to get away for a full hour and just focus on me and the divine. But what I can do is focus on the divine all the time in my own mind, inside of my own body, and connect with the divine using the power of my breath and feel what it feels like in my own body for something to be true or something to be not true, so that I can always make sure that I'm on the right path. Because as soon as I start deviating from the right path, my body is sending me that alert signal. And all of us are going to have a different alert signal, and we practice asking what that feels like. And that is what we just did right now. So good job. Now we're going to do some tapping. Go ahead and tap on your collarbone, and we'll say these out loud together 3 times each. I easily use my body to discern truth. I easily use my body to discern truth. I easily use my body to discern truth. I can easily recognize what is true and not true. I can easily recognize what is true and not true. I can easily recognize what is true and not true. I can trust myself to perceive spiritual things. I can trust myself to perceive spiritual things. I can trust myself to perceive spiritual things. I can trust myself to know what to do with the spiritual things I perceive. I can trust myself to know what to do with the spiritual things I perceive. I can trust myself to know what to do with the spiritual things I perceive. Now place your hands on your heart and just breathe it all in. Oh, good job. Good job. You're rocking it. You are learning how to act as a spirit inside of a physical body. And that is a really exciting thing. And I hope that over the past 13 days of this eclipse portal, you've really started to feel more like yourself. And I hope that you've been using this energy that the whole world is experiencing right now to let go of some things that weren't serving you and to step into some new things that are serving you. I hope you're remembering old truths that your spirit forgot. I hope that you are learning every day to find peace and joy in the things that show up organically for you. And I hope that you are developing a greater sense of being led in every step and decision that you make. And that is my hope for you. And I just hope that you have the most fabulous day. Remember to like and subscribe. Okay, goodbye. You're the best.